Aloha, welcome to Jerf Life. This is a tutorial video on how to make a perfect French press. And this part one of the video is going to be going over the equipment. So first things, we need a French press. There are some different varieties that you can get, but essentially they all work very similar. We've got a plunger top that works as a lid to keep the coffee from spilling out, and also has a pouring spout here with the little sift in the front. And then we've got our glass container. Sometimes you'll see a stainless steel metal container. I like the glass just because you can see the coffee in there, see how much you have in your grounds, and it's fun to watch while you're making it. So you don't need any filter because essentially the plunger has the filter on the bottom already. So your French press comes equipped. All you need to get is the French press. This is a 28-ounce French press, I believe. It's got the capacity to hold at least 3 cups of coffee, and that's what we're doing today with the Jerf Life sample bag, which is 6 tablespoons, makes 3 8-ounce cups of coffee. So we're gonna use 1 sample bag for our French press. That's number 1. Number 2, we want a gooseneck kettle. You can get an electric kettle or a manual kettle that you just use on the stovetop. But what you really want to get is the thermometer included. This is going to help you get the ideal temperature for your French press coffee, which is really, really important, and we'll talk about that in part 2. So we've got our kettle there, and then next we need our grinders. So you want to make sure that you get a burr grinder that crushes the bean. This one's an electric. You just put the beans right here in the top, and then you can adjust from fine to medium to coarse, and then the little catcher will hold all of your fresh grounds. You can also use a manual grinder. These little handheld burr grinders still crush the bean and give you the same result, and they're light and they come apart really easily, so they're really optimal for travel. It just takes a little bit more time and a little bit more elbow grease because you have to sit there and crank the beans, but still a really nice option to have. And then we need our filtered water. I highly recommend filtered water for your coffee making because it improves the consistency and flavor of the coffee. So this is reverse osmosis, which is what I most recommend because it gives it a very silky, velvety consistency, and especially when paired with the French press that already gives it that very smooth texture, it really makes the French press that much better. So I have 24 ounces of water here to go along with my 6 tablespoons of organic, freshly roasted coffee beans. We want to have whole coffee beans because once we grind the beans, they start to lose their nutritional value. Their shelf life starts to decay a lot quicker. So we take the whole beans and grind them per serving that we're going to use for that day to make our coffee. And the ratio of grounds or tablespoons of beans to water is 2 tablespoons of whole beans for 1 8-ounce cup of coffee for 8 ounces of water. So I've got 24 ounces of water and 6 tablespoons of beans. So this is gonna make me 3 cups of coffee in my French press. This is a Peruvian medium roast from Jerf Life. This is one of our sample bags here, certified compostable, certified organic, and we just freshly roasted it last week. So I'm going to use this for our French press. Let's tear it open. See what we've got. Oh, delicious, guys. Medium roast, very nice. So part 2 of the video, I'm actually going to take you through the process of how to make your French press.